It's just that, for some reason, the original clip did not capture him going to the pool table and putting a flower in his mouth, so, as a result, because the footage was so blurry, it scrunched up his face a bit, and, as a result, he looked like Jeremy Irons. So unless Jeremy was in another scene and I just didn't notice him, he wasn't in this movie. Also, if you're wondering whether the extra who looks like Chevy Chase still looks like Chevy Chase, he only does a little bit. So sorry, non-existent user Elisa and anyone who watches my show for saying there was an extra who looks like Jeremy Irons when there wasn't. I just thought there was. I didn't mean to lie to you, though there is one celebrity who actually did get his start in Skidoo, Rob Reiner, who actually wrote some scenes for the hippies. Funny how he started off writing a failed attempt at satirizing the culture clash of the late 60s, yet ended up starring in a successful satire of the culture clash of the early 70s. Also, some of the hippies in this movie were apparently actual hippies, so if that's true, some of them might have been friends with Cheech and Chong, considering this was filmed in California where they live and they are actually hippies. Now that I've got that out of the way... Oh crap, I'm having another trip. Let's just continue this video in a few hours and go to a commercial break.
Oh, will you grab us some Yoplait?
Sure, what flavor?
One of each.
Lemon burst.
My daughter's grabbing some Yoplait.
Cherry orchard. Blackberry harvest. Pina colada.
I can't imagine where she is.
Strawberry cheesecake.
Clean up in aisle 8.
Found her. Yay.
Yoplait Original, 25 flavors for you to love.
I should really stop showing clips of Skidoo. Otherwise, I'll have random drug trips. Anyway, let's talk about Playaway. Playaway was a variety show for preschoolers in England, and Jeremy Irons was one of its cast members. That's right, Mr. Dramatic Actor Jeremy Irons, Mr. Shakespearean Actor Jeremy Irons, Mr. High-Class British Actor Jeremy Irons' first role was in a variety show for preschoolers. What's next? Alan Rickman got his start in The Wiggles? Now, I know he's done kids' movies before. In fact, his most famous role in America is from a kids' movie, but at least those movies fit in with the types of movies he usually does. I mean, the man does do a lot of period pieces, dramas, or movies set in European countries that emphasize that they take place in those countries. And the kids' movies he does do fit in with at least one of those things. But here, this just sticks out like a sore thumb. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong for him to do something different. I'd be a hypocrite if I did. I'm just pointing out how weird it is to see it on his resume when you consider the rest of his career. Now, before you say he was in an episode of Sesame Street, let me remind you that if you're an actor, it's pretty much law that you have to do an episode of Sesame Street. Hell, one of my co-workers from Nocturnal After Hours was on an episode of Sesame Street. And now it's time for my number one pick. So the number one most interesting before they were stars moment is... Jennifer Aniston in Mac and Me. If you're wondering when she was in Mac and Me, she was in the beginning of the infamous McDonald's number clapping her hands to the breakdancer's music. You can see her sitting in McDonald's in the background, and you can also see the side of her face when the car pulls in. I find this to be the most interesting moment on the list because, well, what other celebrity can say that they not only started off in a movie that's considered to be one of the worst movies of all time, but also be in a scene that makes it infamous for being one of the worst movies of all time? It would be like if Chris Evans got his start as an extra in the Bat credit card scene in Batman and Robin. Also, I know that Jennifer Aniston has apparently not made that many movies that are that much better than Mac and Me, but still... I also put this on the list, though, because Mac and Me is a movie that Paul Rudd frequently makes fun of on talk shows, and yet he co-starred with Jennifer Aniston in Friends, The Object of My Affection, and Wanderlust, so it's kind of weird that he keeps frequently making fun of a movie that one of his friends was in. It would be like if one of my friends made fun of Nocturnal After Hours on a talk show. Anyway, there was a top 14 most interesting before they were stars moments, and as you can see, all actors have to start somewhere, and where they can start can end up being very interesting in the future. I'm Mr. Aspiring Actor, and...
Hey, man!
Oh, hi, Moonchild. What do you want?
Well, I saw on your Count'em thingy that a lot of your pics were famous people in extra roles. You know, I was an extra once.
Ellie? What movie were you an extra in?
Skidoo! You can see me in the helmet and the beard here.
Wait, no!
See? You can see me right there. Mr. AspiringActor? Mr. AspiringActor!
Hello, I will eat your soul.
Rising beyond the physical height, communicating to live perfect light. You reach my soul, walking